Hello everyone, Randy Goss here in Griffin, Georgia. I'm just going to kind of do a station identification on this recording. Tell you a little bit about myself, what I do, and the different streams of income that I'm pursuing. And some I'm just starting in, and others I've been in for a little while. One of them is xooma, XOOMA, which is our health products. And that's so varied. We just go to the drugstore or the pharmaceutical section of retail stores and stuff, but don't pay attention to the specific things that the different companies offer. One of them is the X2O from xooma, which has helped me out tremendously in losing weight and keep my blood sugar down, and also in helping me to recover some of my breathing due to internal inflammation. Now, I was on prednisone for a little while, and I talked to my pulmonologist before I disregarded basically the prednisone. And her response to me was that she wanted me to keep on taking the prednisone till I got to the point where I could breathe without its help. And I got to that point, and she released me from it. And the xooma is the X2O. I don't think you can see it in this recording, but it's a little sachet, like a little tea bag. You drop into your bottled water, you shake it up for about 10 seconds, you leave it for about 5 to 10 minutes, and it alkalizes and mineralizes your water. It also neutralizes chlorine and stuff in your bottled water. Now, a lot of your bottled water, we think it's healthy, but it's just from a municipal source, which is to say it's tap water, it's city water. So the sachets, the X2O alone, are worth the investment in your health, the health of, in the hydration of your body, of your children in sports, or if you're in sports yourself, and just the overall, even seniors. I'm a senior, and we lose, we get dehydrated just by the virtue of, whenever we go to the bathroom, or not properly hydrate ourselves, which is to say that just drinking water is not just the only thing to proper hydration. It has to be good water that can absorb into our bodies, and that's what X2O helps us do. So for that, you can go to xooma.com/Randy Goss and check out that product specifically, and then you can make yourself available to all the other products as well. That's one of the things that I do. Another thing is, it's called, today they're calling it Legal Shield. I got in back when it was prepaid legal. Still the same company. They're based out of the United States in Ada, Oklahoma. And what that is, that's a legal product that you can use for, it's right at $30 a month. I think it's $29.95 now. And you can, it pays for itself just by having it, just by having the peace of mind. But you can call up the qualified law firm Monday through Friday, except for holidays, of course, about anything to get some legal advice. They'll do a letter for you if you need them to do a letter, if they feel like that's a necessary response to the legal situation you may be having. And sometimes even if we don't know if it's legal or not, to be able to call them and talk to them is priceless in itself in today's world. But it not only does that, also if you get moving traffic violations, an attorney will go to court for you to at least, hopefully, keep the points off of your driving record. And there's been a lot of times when they've gotten a case dismissed. There are other things as well. They'll read contracts for you. You have to go to the website to check it out. I forget exactly how many pages it is up to. But anything beyond that, you get a 25% discount on any other services that are not covered by the monthly service fee. The other thing you get is you get a simple will. A lot of people don't have wills. They just think it's going to automatically go to your children or to where you want it to go because you wrote it out. But you're not an attorney. Maybe you are, so you understand that just being a citizen who doesn't have the qualifications of an attorney need attorney representation even in contracting their will and writing up their will. It also gives you, what's that word for in a hospital if you become incoherent. It'll draw up those different documents that you need to have. And so there are other benefits to that as well. And it is called Legal Shield. And I'll post that website, these websites at the end of this recording. And these are also ways that you can get involved to do what they call a side hustle, to maybe begin to build other sources of income to make yourselves, multiple streams of income instead of just the job. And in that, whether it's after you retire, before you retire, if you build it up, then you just might be able to retire before the job. And I know for some people to say, you know what, I'm going to build this up. And I'm not going to tell anybody about it, but I'm going to build this up to the point where if I want to have the job, I'll have it. If I don't want to have it, I'm not going to let them know so they can't hold it over me. But I'm going to get to the point where I'm independent. And I'm not going to sell you on anything. I know people who've gotten in because they've been told that if you get into this company, you will become financially independent. It's not being in the company. It's working the company. It's telling people about the products. So if you have any questions, please feel free to email me. And then once we get to that point, then we can perhaps have a phone conversation after you've looked at the materials, the websites that I'm going to put at the end of this recording. Those are the two of the things that I do, not to mention the books that I've done that are mostly on Amazon under Randy Goss. It's either under Randy Goss or Randy L. Goss. Things like what I've been reading to you from, which is not the book Repentance, the First Word of the Gospel. It's loosely to tempered, but not overnight. It's looking iridescently into special needs. Different books like that I have authored. And one of my favorites is When Poets Influenced the World. And I'm also on a place called the Book Patch, where you can find Journaling Change, and Sniper Scribe are 2 books that I have on that, which I haven't transferred over to Amazon yet. And so, in this world, we need each other. I'm not a marketer. I've got them on those sites, but I don't know how to market it. So if you have ways of marketing it, please feel free to contact me as well. So I wanted to share those things with you. I am a father. I am a grandfather of 7. One has already gone to be with Jesus in the womb. And in one of the books, that's another book that's on the book patch, called Recording My Life in 2015, is a poem God had given me concerning my granddaughter that didn't make it out of the womb, not by abortion. It was just a freak thing that the doctors couldn't even explain. So I want to encourage you in that. Anybody who's listening, any woman who's listening, any man who is so hopeful and something happened to your baby. So I want to encourage you in that. And I'm going to end that right, with this recording with that. I know it hasn't been a quote-unquote professional thing, but I want you to get to know me. I do seek to be more professionally presented and to present more professionally. But that also takes practice and discipline, and those are things that I'm working on as well. So if you want to encourage me, if you want to be encouraged, and if you want to continue in this walk, not only in this world, because there is going to be a place of separation, possibly, that if you are willing to continue to talk and have an open dialogue about Jesus Christ and about our Father, if you are willing to walk with me in this walk of repentance, in this walk of grace, in this walk of love, and we become a body that is like a Rembrandt instead of a Picasso, then I encourage you to contact me, because I need you just like you need me, but ultimately just like we need Jesus Christ, Him crucified, but also Him resurrected. I encourage you to go after Him first and foremost, to seek Him first and not let money become your pursuit. God knows we need money. So those are the 2 things that I wanted to share with you that I do. As far as other sources of income, there's another one that I'm going to share with you in another video. So avail yourselves to checking out the websites, to purchasing the books, to becoming a representative with me of xooma and of Legal Shield. And we'll get through this whole thing together and create for yourselves other sources of income. God bless you, and I look forward to hearing from you, and Lord willing, being part of a team that is not only after God, but is also, will not only love God, but will also love our neighbor as ourselves, and there will be a greater amending, not just with God, but with each other, in our pursuit of repentance to God first, then with ourselves, and then with each other. God bless y'all.